how you got such self motivation?
అంటే మనం చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి పెరిగిన వాతావరణం, పల్లెటూరు అనేది ఎప్పుడు కూడా సుఖాల పాన్పేం కాదు కదా. పల్లెటూరులో కష్టాలు ఉంటాయి. అలానే నాకు ఎక్కువ కష్టాలు తెలియకుండానే పెంచారు మా అమ్మ నాన్న. కానీ మనం ఒక వయసు వచ్చిన తర్వాత కష్టాలన్నీ చూస్తూ ఉంటాము. ప్లస్ నేను అంత ఎక్కువ చదవను, కానీ మూవీస్, తెలుగు మూవీలు ఎస్పెషల్గా చాలా ఎక్కువ చూస్తాను అనమాట. సో నేను ఏ మూవీ చూసినా కూడా దానిలో నుంచి ఒక జీవిత పాఠాన్ని నేర్చుకుంటూనే ఉంటాను. సో చాలా కష్టాలు ఉంటాయి. సో దాంట్లో పాజిటివ్గా ఎలా థింక్ చేయాలి, ఇవన్నీ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. అవన్నీ మనం చూసే ప్రతి దానిలో నుంచి ఒక లెసన్ ఎలా నేర్చుకోవాలి అనేది మనం నేర్చుకుంటే నాకు పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్ అలా బిల్డప్ అయింది. ఇంకా ఒక ఇన్సిడెంట్ చెప్పాలంటే, మేము ఇంటర్మీడియట్ చదువుతున్నప్పుడు ఒక మ్యాథ్స్ ప్రొఫెసర్ ఉండేవారు, శ్రీనివాస్ గారని. ఆయన ఒక మాట చెప్పేవాళ్ళు ఎప్పుడు. అప్పుడు వివేకానందుడి గురించి ఆయన మాకు చెప్పేవారు అనమాట. మీరు తలుచుకుంటే సాధించలేనిది ఏదీ లేదు అని. సో నాకు అప్పుడు 16 ఏళ్ళు ఉంటాయి, 16-17 ఏళ్ళు. అప్పట్లోనే మాకు ఆ విజయవాడలో ఈ దోమలగూడ రామకృష్ణ మఠం వాళ్ళు వచ్చి ఒక వివేకానందుడి పుస్తకాలు అవన్నీ అమ్మటం అవన్నీ చేశారు. అప్పట్లో కొన్ని సూక్తులు అలా చదవటము, అవి ఆ ఏజ్లో చదవటం వల్ల నాకు కరెక్ట్గా నా మైండ్లోకి బాగా వెళ్ళిపోయి, మనం తలుచుకుంటే అసలు సాధించలేనిది ఏదీ లేదు అన్న పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్ డెవలప్ అయిపోయింది. మేబీ that is one of the turning point. He put that positive seed in my mind. So I remember him.
నేను రెండు పాజిటివ్ క్వాలిటీస్ చూసాను. నెంబర్ 1, ఆల్వేస్ బీ పాజిటివ్. ఓకే. రెండోది వచ్చేసరికి ఆల్వేస్ సెల్ఫ్ మోటివేటెడ్. ఓకే. ఇలా కొన్ని మంచి క్వాలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి. సో కెన్ యూ సజెస్ట్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద క్వాలిటీస్ విచ్ ఆర్ ఎసెన్షియల్ ఇన్ what we say building their mindset, so that they can easily crack civil services? And of course not only civil services, because once if your mindset is tuned, you can be succeeded everywhere in your life. That might be if you are preparing for bank exams, for SSC examinations, for civil services, and in the hurdles of the real life. The type of mindset is required. Can you suggest some of the mindset that any UPSC aspirant has to, or any human being has to be?
Okay, just for a fun fact, although my blood group is B negative, I am always B positive. So okay, coming to the point, so now okay, I prepared for UPSC, and at the time for plan B I prepared for CGL also. So CGL, you know how aptitude is tough is, so I know I have taken Amar's help in preparing for that CGL exam at the time. So like always mindset is required, like positive mindset is required. Like one movie, I did not remember the dialogue, okay, it's I think Adi Sai Kumar movie. In that movie one dialogue is there, that guy says to villain, you cannot expect how positive I am. So you should be positive, that nobody in the world can expect how much positive you are. You may receive thousands of failures, but that failures cannot even take an inch of your positiveness away from you. So be positive that much. And see, positiveness will not come just like that. Positiveness will come from your hard work. See, you have to do hard work for something, and from that hard work you have to develop a positiveness. Suppose let's say to succeed in an exam, you might have tried very hard, but some reasons, because there might be other people who tried better than you, so for that reason you did not select, they might have got selected. So you should think that okay, this much hard work I did, but these are the small things I missed it. So those missing parts you have to put back into your hard work and again work hard to achieve your success.
So and you have to fulfill it.
And not just only that, like generally people say consistency, right? What is the meaning by consistency? Especially in the UPSC or any other exam, consistency doesn't mean that you have to prepare every minute, every day, 24/7. It's not consistency. That is not possible also practically. See, sometimes, even many times I faced, sometimes due to I get bored or I got out of diversion. So few days, like 4 days or maybe like sometimes 2 weeks, I will not read anything. I'll just keep seeing movies or something. But once that phase is over, again how you start back, that is more important. Once you wasted some time, you have to cut that there, and again with a positive mindset, how will you again start it? How will you realize your mistake and again start backing is important. And one more thing is, I saw many people, they only waste time and they will scold themselves that I wasted these many days time. Okay, you wasted time. There is no point in scolding yourself and hurting yourself. You accept that you wasted time. You say to your mind that okay, I did mistake, I will not repeat it again, although you will repeat it again, that's fine. So how will you take that positive attitude is important. So not just thinking positively about the exam is important, thinking positively about your internal processes, how you think everything. If you think positively, then you will be able to achieve success.
Nice.
Maybe if you allow, I'll give one more example. All of you may know recently the RCB has very surprisingly win all the required matches in the IPL to reach the playoffs, right? Although they did not win the cup, that's a different story. On that day, Enadu published an article about how RCB has reached that playoffs. So there, Kohli, although he is not a captain, he is the key player of the team. He mentioned maybe some of his words have been mentioned in the newspaper. I think previous year that RCB women team has also won the cup. At the time, to motivate them, Kohli said one thing: sometimes to win there will be 1% of success. So from that 1%, how will you make that as a 10%, 20%, 100%? That is very crucial. So in that process, how you think positively, that makes the difference. When nobody surrounding you don't trust you, in that point if you win, that is superb. So you have to have such attitude to achieve things in your life. So in fact, you don't believe that clip I have cut from the Enadu and I made it as my screenshot of my mobile. Although I am a positive, I'll keep reading more positive things every day and every second.
So let us think about, you have given beautiful points about your mind, means the mindset that the students has to have. And will you brief about overall view on UPSC? Means we know that prelims will be there, mains will be there, and of course interviews will be there. Okay, and what's your view about that civils examination? Will you please?
See, civils exam, you all know that there is prelims and mains and interview. So I'll briefly tell about them who does not know much. So see, prelims we have two papers. One is the general studies and CSAT. And mains also we have general studies paper and optional papers. So prelims general papers and mains general papers, for me they are not different things. For me they are same. Although mains will have some few different topics in addition to whatever the topics are there in the prelims. So don't ever think that prelims preparation is different, mains preparation is different. It's an integrated preparation of both. So I just now spoke about mindset. The second thing you require is foundation. If you see a building, Burj Khalifa, everybody knows. The Burj Khalifa is so much tall on the top, but that foundation is also so much strong in the ground. So how much foundation you keep in your preparation, that is most important. So like any foundation is good if you make it with quality things. From where the quality comes? Quality comes from the basics. So everybody knows that NCERT forms the rock of the foundation of UPSC, right? So maybe some of you might be prepared in the CBSE medium. We studied at the age of, like, let's say 10 years to 15 years age. That time we might not understand what is polity, what is the fundamental rights. These things we might not understand those concepts very clearly. But if you read same NCERT books now at the age of 25 or that, you will be able to appreciate them. So the beauty of NCERT books is they write in such a way that you will appreciate them for every sentence. You don't believe me, I have studied all NCERT books of relevant subjects from 6th class to 12th class. Many suggested me, why are you reading from 6th class? Just read 11th and 12th will be enough. But when I write those books, I really love them, and I read I think 3-4 times, and then I even make my own notes of them. Generally I make notes that I'll make points, but I generally want to cover everything in my notes. Almost I reproduced everything, but I wrote it with my own hand, like almost like more than 3000 pages of notes I created out of NCERT.
Wow, that's amazing.
So first thing is you need to be very much strong in your basics. If you don't have basics, forget about that clearing the final exam. So you will not able to do it. Be very much strong in basics. And second thing is, UPSC is not like other exams where like they will be asking some facts and figures. Just by hearting those facts and figures, you will able to clear it. You may clear it for one time as a luck, but you will not able to clear every time. So because there is a mains and there is an interview also. So analysis is more important, understanding is more important. Whatever the concept you learn, understand it. Without understanding, don't say that this is over. Some people I came across, they'll say that, sir, I read these things many times. Are many times पढ़ने के क्या होगा? Did you understand? Whether did you understand that topic is important. So mindset, having positive mindset is one part. Second part is, success will not have any shortcuts. Have the very good foundation, very strong foundation, and understand that concepts very well deep into your mind. Then you prepare for the exam. Success is yours.
Nice. Actually, nowadays, if you observe the CSAT part, so when we can say that CSAT, we will see in two ways, being a faculty for that one. So phase one, before writing the examination, everybody says that CSAT, it's a qualifying paper. I'm a BTech graduate, or I am from BSc Maths. I have completed masters in Stat and Math. Okay, it's nothing for me, etc., etc. We can't say that there is a lot of confidence. That is overconfidence. And after writing the same examination, it's simply a debacle. Okay, that they are feeling that, oh my God, next level questions has given. Okay, what we say, how we can know all those things, etc. I'm a non-maths background. Okay, this is injustice, etc., etc. things. So, what about you? Anytime you failed in CSAT?
No, fortunately, with the help of Amar, all the 6 times I attempted UPSC, all the 6 times I cleared CSAT. In fact, I cleared with a score of 100 plus marks every time.
That's great.
And that too, I have a peculiar thing that I answer only the maths questions. I mean, quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning. For the reason I am not that much comfortable in English. So, although I am not that bad in English, but I feel maths and reasoning is my own things than English. So, I prefer to answer them.
Okay.
So every time like I answer with more than 90% accuracy, I answer them. I answer around 50 questions, hardly 1 or 2 questions go wrong, and I always get score of 100 plus. So that was my UPSC CSAT part. So apart from that, like just now Amar mentioned, so I have seen many people, like my batchmates are there, in fact few people, they failed in CSAT. And that's even after getting rank in that, they failed in CSAT. So how bad is that situation of them? So I have seen people from IITians, they failed in CSAT. Just GS they are scoring more than 100 and just they failed in CSAT and they missed one attempt. Many friends I have. So don't neglect CSAT. And in fact, if you guys see, CSAT started around 2014. If you see last 10 years of CSAT papers, although I am there myself, 6 years of journey in that. So every year by year, the toughness is increasing. So maybe if you see any question in 2014 and if you see today the 24 paper is happening, if you see question in 24, you can see the sharp difference in increasing the toughness. So I say that you try to give respect to CSAT. If you don't give respect to CSAT, you will again you will regret it later in the life.
100%.
So don't neglect CSAT. You may be good in maths or you may be good in reading comprehension, so but don't go with that much overconfidence. First give respect to CSAT, and if you don't qualify in CSAT, it doesn't matter even if you score 200 out of 200 in GS, you will be out of exam, so nobody can able to help you. You should get 67 marks out of 200, and sometimes we know their institution keys and UPSC keys will not match properly. So I have seen friends, they get 75 marks in these institute keys. Finally, they would have failed in CSAT by getting 65.5 or 66 marks. So put a 10 marks margin of it. So make sure that you get 70 to 80 plus marks in CSAT, so that you will not have worry that just missing your exam by CSAT. So give respect to CSAT and get 80 plus marks in CSAT to actually start your UPSC. I mean, UPSC, everybody says it is general studies, but why they introduced CSAT in 2014. Why did they introduce CSAT? What is the core reason you should understand? The core reason is aptitude is very basic thing for any human being, and especially it should be more for any officer to take a decision. aptitude is nothing but logical thinking, right? So all of you want to be served as a public servants. Tomorrow there will be many situations to you. How you think logically and how will you come for solutions? Like as a IAS officer or even audit and account service officer, there will be many real time situations to you where you have to assess those circumstances in front of you, and you have to address and give a real time and practical solution to it. If you don't have a basic logical thinking, how will you able to give that solution? So aptitude is nothing but logical thinking. So to give a logical thinking, you should have minimum aptitude. That is the reason they have given CSAT, right?
Right. So ఇప్పుడు if you observe CSAT paper and if you observe GATE examination paper, so I can say that both are some extent related. So you have appeared for both. You are a ranker of GATE. You are a ranker of civil services. Can you say that both have similar type of ideologies?
See, actually, in fact, GATE also, I think, I did not exactly remember, 2008 or 10, they introduced the aptitude part in the GATE. They used to have some 8 questions or 10 questions out of
10 marks nearly.
10 marks. So
in general, but it's not restricted to these many questions, these many marks. Okay.
So I mean, either GATE aptitude or CSAT, UPSC CSAT aptitude, or in fact the bank aptitude, everything is same. It's not something different. The only thing is maybe the toughness of the question might change. If you take the RBI grade B exam, the toughness is very high, that you will not able to, like sometimes cutoff will be 4 out of 30 marks.
Yes.
So sectional cutoff. So it's not like that. CSAT is CSAT. So and what you require for CSAT, as I just mentioned, you need to have base. Whether it is a general studies or CSAT, you should have a base understanding. Suppose now let's say there is a time and distance question or time and work question. So if you don't know that distance is equal to time into speed, how will you solve that question? You may have multiple formulas, you will be having so many shortcuts, but if you don't have basic understanding, how will you solve the question? Tomorrow they'll give small twist in the question, you are out of the exam. They'll replace by 2 some word, you will be out of the question. You don't know how to solve that question. So have core understanding of the concept. If you don't know the concept, I am sorry to say that it will be very, very, very difficult to solve that question. So understand the concept. It will take some time, as well as it will take some energy out of you. So it is major part of your exam. So it's like let's say even GS is not your first step, CSAT is your first step. So if you clear CSAT, then only your GS marks will be considered, right? Considered. Yeah. So first you have to get 67 out of 200 in your CSAT. So to get that 67, give that importance to CSAT. Make sure that you give enough time. It may be an hour in a day, or it may be 2 hours in a day, based on your level of CSAT aptitude quality. So give that time to CSAT and learn the basics.
Nice. Because why I have related these two is UPS is an exam where basics will be tested in an extraordinary manner, in a beautiful manner. And of course, GATE is also an examination where the roots or the basics of the concepts will be tested. I'm not only restricting to our maths part or aptitude part, but our overall technical subject or the GS part of this one. Okay, they will focus a lot on basics. So I noticed that thing in these two. And funnily, if you have noticed, your GATE rank is also nearly 400, right?
My GATE rank is 305. I have written twice GATE. When I was in 3rd year, I got around 1000 rank, and when I'm in 4th year, I got 305 rank. So, and even just you mentioned about GATE, like even when preparing for GATE also, my way of preparation is same. I mean, from standard textbook or from coaching, I might have prepared a notes of concepts, right? So I read those concepts. Every time I revise, I'll read again my concepts. I'll never leave my concepts. I'll read those concepts again, and I will solve the previous questions again. So same thing with the CSAT. First you have to read and practice the concept, and then you have to solve the previous year questions or practice questions to get a more command on the concept. But if you don't read or don't understand the concept, how many practice problems you solve or how many shortcuts you write, it's not going to help you much.